Hello, and welcome to Still Buffering, a sister's guide to teens through the ages. I'm Rileigh Smirl.
And I'm Sydnee McElroy. Now, you may remember us from another podcast. I, of course, do Sawbones, and Rileigh is
I was on there, once or twice.
Yeah, exactly. And we are real-life sisters who, real life, have 17 years between us.
And we have some real-life, sisterly, teen guidance advice.
Exactly.
Real life.
Hopefully in those 17 years I have on Rileigh, I've accumulated a little bit of wisdom and knowledge that I try to share with her anyway to navigate those troubled teen waters. Those difficult, I would say.
They're very difficult, very
teen years. Exactly. And I try to share that with her anyway to, help out. And in return, Rileigh tries to keep me plugged in.
You've been out of the teen loop for a few years now. And, in about 10 years, you're going to have a teen yourself. So Why not help you with these modern day teen times?
Exactly, to keep me trendy, keep me hip. So we decided, why don't we share all this information that we have with each other? Why don't we share it with the world?
With all of the world, because everyone listens to us.
So here you go. Every week we'll be joining you with a new question that Rileigh has burning on her mind that she wants to come.
All I can think about.
Seek out my wisdom on, and in return, Rileigh will help all of us grown-ups hopefully understand what the heck these kids are talking about, right? Am I
right.
So, Rileigh, what question do you have for us? What should we discuss this week?
So, Sydney, with party season starting in about 360 days.
Right. You mean like next holiday?
Right. Like next holidays, like next New Year's, next Christmas.
Right.
I don't know how to party like the teens used to.
So you figured this out over the past holiday season that you didn't know what you were doing?
I spent the past month not knowing how to party and not attending any parties. So I kind of needed some advice so I can be prepped for next party season.
Okay. All right. Well, it's good that you're preparing in advance.
Right.
Because the most important thing about a party is to prepare before you know the party's happening.
I need extensive studying and knowledge before I can attend any of these parties.
So you can already tell how cool that is when you're studying for parties.
Right.
So that's good. Well, Rileigh, let me ask you, have you been to parties yet? What is your party experience so far?
I mean, I've been to one party, and it's the one I threw on Halloween. So I guess I don't have that much party knowledge.
Wait, so the only party you've been to is the one you had? Like, you had a party, and that's the one you're counting?
Yes.
Okay, so not a lot of experience. We'll
have
minimal,
like a one night worth of experience.
Okay, did you have a good time?
It was great. Partied,
okay. But it was your party.
But it was mine.
So you're worried about going to other parties, and what that would be like. Well, okay, let me ask you this: where do parties happen now? Because that party, obviously, I'm assuming was at mom and dad's house.
Yeah.
You didn't have a secret party spot.
Secret party spot, you mean mom and dad's house?
Okay. Well, I don't know. When I was younger, sometimes there were, obviously there were parties at houses, but then other times there would be parties at the junior league or the YWCA,
Now, what are those?
Okay. Well, so the point is they're at houses now.
Yeah. I don't think there's been any parties recently at the YWCA.
Yeah, Young Women's Christian Association. That's where my Sweet 16 was. So I'd be surprised.
Did those exist?
Yeah, there's still one. Basically, the idea was that you'd rent out a different building and then have a party there. And okay,
I don't think this happens anymore. I could be wrong. I'm obviously very out of the loop because I haven't been to parties that much, but I don't think that happens.
So you have parties at houses. Are parents there?
Mom was there. She wasn't there, but she was there.
Well, what about these parties that other people are having that you've maybe heard about but you're not going to? Are parents there?
I don't think there are parents there.
Well, that's not good.
I
don't like this at all.
I think that's when they have parties, is when the parents leave.
Okay.
It's that movie about all the rats, whenever the owners of the rats leave, all the rats party.
What movie is that?
I don't know. I watched a lot of weird movies.
Is that what Ratatouille's about? Because I thought that was about food.
Was about food.
Yeah.
And cooking. Like a cooking rat.
I don't know. I don't know the rat movie that you referenced.
I don't know. I just remember them being flushed down a toilet.
That sounds like a really upsetting movie.
They lived.
Oh, well, that's
to
good
tell
too.
the tale of their rat parties.
Okay. Well, So check that out. Rent that on DVD. Rat Party.
Rat Party down the toilet.
To a Netflix near you.
Netflix original.
Okay, so parties are happening at somebody's house. So that's good. Okay, so I would say step one, we figured out where the parties are.
Right.
So in order for you to attend them, that's critical.
I need to figure out when the parents are leaving, exactly what date, exactly what time.
Oh, so that's a great idea. You could interview parents.
Yeah, and interview them. Say, you should take vacations more often. Studies have shown that parents are happier whenever they take vacations and leave their children at home all the time. On the weekends, with no babysitter.
You could get really popular with this service.
I really think I could.
You have a business where I will talk your parents into leaving town so you can have a party.
And then I would get invited to all of the parties.
Exactly.
I would make them invite me.
And you'd also have to charge them, right?
Right. So I'd make money. I wouldn't use it on the parties. I'd just use it on, like, food for myself. I'd go to the parties that these other people are throwing, and then I could have at-home parties with all the money I made off their parents by myself, and then have real-life parties.
Now, when you said food for yourself, back it up for a second. Do you have to buy your own food? Like,
no.
Are you buying yourself dinner?
No, but
mom had stopped making dinner because when I was growing up, like mom or dad, like usually mom cooked for us. Dad maybe ordered pizza or made hot dogs sometimes, but you know.
Well, I mean, when I say that, I mean like mom and dad don't buy me all the cool foods. It's like they don't buy me all like the candy.
Okay.
So I can just go home and buy myself a lot of like candy, you know, the cool foods, and then have an at-home party where I'm just watching Netflix.
I didn't know candy was a cool food.
The cool kid food
for teens. Well, what food are we gonna have at these parties?
I mean, is there food
at a party?
Yeah.
I mean, I hope. Well, I mean, there was. Like, we always had food at our parties. I mean, you know, maybe stuff like pizza, but at least if there wasn't like an entree. There were lots of hors d'oeuvres, so you could always count on a really good party to have like lots of chips and candy and usually Skittles. Like the best parties have Skittles.
Wait, hold on. Wait, two things. First, why are Skittles a party food?
I mean, like look at them. They're colorful and...
It's like you walk into a party and it's just like all they have is a bunch of bowls of Skittles and they're just like, taste the rainbow, have a party.
That sounds like a great party you just described.
So it's a Skittles party.
Well, they're delicious, and they're also like they don't count like as bad for you because they're fruit flavored.
You also said if they don't have an entree, so like were some of the parties you went to the kind where like you had to fill out like an RSVP card and like circle which entree you wanted, like in a wedding?
No, I didn't do like cotillion or anything because I think they probably did that there. But like, you know, like pizza as an entree or like tacos.
Oh, so cool kid entrees.
Right.
Yeah, the cool kid food is the Skittles. The cool kid entrees are the pizza.
So from what you've told me, I think I would have to advise you not to take food to a party because it sounds like that's not a thing anymore.
It sounds like that's not something you do.
Do you
go to a potluck?
Do you think you don't throw potlucks in high school a lot?
I don't think that's a thing cool teens do. I don't know. Maybe they try to make it seem uncool, so now it's just like their territory.
Do you think that you'd be more popular if you started that trend? Maybe like bring back the Skittles from my old days. Just bring bags of candy to a party. Because like I think, you know, back in the day, if somebody had shown up at my house with candy and said like party time, I mean, even
if you weren't planning on having a party, someone would have just shown up and said party time, brought the candy.
Yeah, that's great. I love that person. That's my new best friend.
I mean,
especially if it's Skittles.
Yes, especially if it's Skittles, the only party food.
Okay, so we've established where the parties are and not to bring food because apparently teens don't eat now. Is that a thing?
At least teen girls don't seem to eat anymore. I mean, all my friends, like we just, you know, the boys come, they have their good time, and the boys leave, and all the girls just order like Chinese food for ourselves.
Oh, well, at least you eat eventually.
Eventually, when the party's died down.
You know, here's a little tip from me to you. Boys know that you eat.
They do?
Just eat. It's fine.
How do they know?
I mean, because they're not like that dumb. I mean, they know. It's okay. It's okay for men and women to eat, I would say. Like, this would be a key.
Food equality.
Yes, food equality. It's okay for us all to eat. And I understand where you're coming from because there's a lot of pressure on you to probably look a certain way.
Right, like not walk around always stuffing food in your face.
Well, I mean, I think it's a universal girl experience that we feel this pressure, and I think boys do too. I think everybody does when you're a teenager. I don't think this is just a girl thing.
No.
I think everybody when you're a teen feels like there's certain things you're supposed to wear and there's certain ways you're supposed to look, and part of that is like, well, I can't eat anything so people don't think like, you know, like I'm greedy or, you know, like I eat a lot.
Like I like Skittles too much.
Yeah, you don't want to get the reputation that you like Skittles a lot. Apparently I already have, so
they'll think you're too big of a partier. You're too big of a partier.
Along those lines, okay, so let's talk about what we're going to wear to this party. So we know where it is. We've talked the parents into going out of town.
Right.
So
made my money.
So you've guaranteed yourself an invite.
Uh-huh.
You ate your Skittles beforehand, so you don't have to take food.
Right.
What are you going to wear?
So I'm going to use all this new money that I got from convincing the parents to leave town to buy myself a cool new party outfit, which if I was going with the teen girls nowadays, not based off of what I would wear, I would probably go out and buy some sort of sparkly ensemble with heels. Sparkly, maybe? And sparkly ensemble with some makeup, maybe some heels.
Okay. That sounds uncomfortable.
I mean, yeah. It's not what I want to wear.
Are you going to a party or are you going clubbing?
Isn't it like the same thing nowadays with these teens?
I don't know. Is it? Because see, I wouldn't say that. Like when I think back, one of my favorite party outfits. So like, when I say party outfits, I don't mean like special, like only can wear to parties. I mean like, you know, the stuff you like the best, so you save it.
Right.
Like I'm going to wear that when a lot of people will see me in it. One of my favorites was this sweater that I got from Limited Too. It was like knit and it had an American flag on the front of it. And like I would wear it with a turtleneck underneath. And I had socks that matched my turtleneck and these like really light colored jeans and hiking boots, and that was like my favorite look.
Okay, wait, back up. You said you bought this from Limited Too?
Yes.
You were going to high school parties? College parties? Adult parties?
I have some clothes maybe that I bought when I was in middle school, maybe.
I was gonna say I shopped at Limited Too when I was in like 5th grade. I don't even think it was Limited Too anymore.
It was still cool when I was in high school.
Was it?
Or I was still wearing those clothes.
So even though it wasn't the cool teen girl thing to do, Sydney was just still rocking her American flag sweatshirt.
It was okay, listen, there was a time period where a turtleneck with matching socks and a sweater over it was a very cool look, okay?
So all of your turtlenecks match all of your socks. Did you have any like
I did have a lot of paired.
Did you have any designer turtlenecks, like, you know, like patterns, like some paisley turtlenecks or like some plaid turtlenecks that match your plaid socks?
That would have been very uncool. Only solid colors.
Right. The solid colors were cool. Patterns, no. Get out of here.
Let me tell you, Rileigh, there was a time period where like the coolest thing you could wear was just like a really big flannel shirt.
I mean, that's pretty cool now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like oversized.
Yeah.
Like your air quotes boyfriend flannels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then cool. I would have worn that sometimes.
So yeah, you used to be kind of cool. And you mentioned your hiking boots. That's like a new, just coming up a new 2016 trend.
And are we still wearing like the real light colored jeans?
No, it's not as cool.
Okay. Mine always had like holes in the knees and
that's pretty cool. The holes. I mean, that's against school dress codes now, but your pre-made holes make them look like they're not pre-made. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I think one thing that you're not benefiting from is that sounds like when I was going to parties that like the styles of the time were just inherently more comfortable.
Right. Like now it's just very uncomfortable, and back then it was super cool to be comfortable.
Right. And that would make it hard to party, I think.
Yeah, because I mean, how are you supposed to, do all your party dancing and your party moves if you're in your uncomfortable, sparkly teen girl outfit?
So why do you want to wear? I mean, unless you really want to wear a sparkly outfit, which, go for it. But if you don't want to, I would say don't get the sparkly outfit. Wear the flannel thing. That sounds
the flannel thing with my hiking boots.
Yeah,
and my pre-made holes in my jeans.
I think that sounds more comfortable.
I mean, yeah. But then what if I show up to this party and I'm wearing my flannel, my hiking boots, my pre-made holes in my jeans, but all the other girls are wearing, their sparkly ensembles or their heels or their teen girl looks, fashions.
That is a great question, and I will counter you by just saying, what if?
So you're answering my question, which is what this show is about. You answering my questions with a question.
Let's walk through that. Okay, what is the worst case scenario? You walk in your flannel. They're in sparkly things that aren't as comfortable.
And then
so
you're like, oh no, I'm totally underdressed for this cool kid party. What if their parents don't hire me anymore? And what if I continue to also not have a job, but also not be invited to parties?
So you're worried that they won't invite you to the next party if you don't look cool enough at this party.
Right. Because all the, that same group of kids always throw those parties.
Now, let me ask you, do you want to go to the parties with people who wouldn't invite you because you wore a flannel shirt?
I mean, maybe not. Maybe this is when I just call over that kid who carries around the bags of Skittles, and I'm just like, hey, let's have a party.
Your new best friend, Skittle Joe.
Skittle Joe. Come on, let's go have a 2-person party. We can watch some Netflix and eat some Skittles.
Yeah. And wear flannel.
And wear flannels and hiking boots.
That sounds way more comfortable.
I mean, hey, I guess it's what, you can make it your cool thing. Maybe it's not what the cool kids are doing, but I can make it cool.
I think that's a really good point. Now let me ask you this: as long as we're talking about what the cool kids are doing, that was a big problem I used to have when I would have parties when I was in high school. Mm-hmm. Was that I didn't have the music that the cool kids liked. Yeah, that was a big problem for me. So what I would always tell my friends was, we're gonna have this party. Don't worry, it's gonna be popping off. We're gonna have lots of Skittles. It's
gonna be popping off.
Yeah,
I've never heard that phrase in my entire life.
You've never heard popping off? That's not still a thing?
Wait, so like okay, so you would say a party is gonna be popping off?
Yeah.
See,
it's gonna be popping off. It's gonna be like cool, like groovy, like super awesome.
Groovy? Okay, see, we just say a party's gonna be turnt.
It's gonna be what now?
Turnt, T-U-R-N-T.
And that means
turn up.
Fun?
Like, woo, it's turnt. It's lit. It's lit. There's another one. It's lit.
Lit was a band back in my day.
See, now it's just like a phrase.
Oh.
Like, it's getting lit.
I mean, it wasn't like a band that like was everybody's favorite band. I did see them once in concert, kind of accidentally. I really went to see Garbage, but then Lit opened for them.
Was this one of those bands that you had that people thought wasn't cool on your phone?
No, not on my phone. Oh goodness, no. Actually, I probably would have been considered cooler if I had that available for people to listen to than what I did have, which was I had some Carole King and some Jimmy Buffett. I got into some of like the music that we would have considered, I think most of us, okay for the time period. Like I had some Tori Amos and some Jewel.
Wait, and how did you listen to these artists?
So like, CDs. So like I had like my big binder full of all my CDs. And, one of the things you always wanted to do when you went over to your friend's house is like flip through their binder of CDs and see like, what do they got? And is there something you want to listen to?
Right.
But I would always tell all my friends, like if I'm having a party, just bring your binders. You can bring your big, what I'm talking about, the big zip up things with CDs. Like there could be little ones, but a lot of us had like one big giant one with all the CDs in it.
See, I'm just most confused about the part where the cool thing to do when you had your friends over was flip through each other's binders.
Well, of CDs.
of CDs, which I also don't, I think I own any of. I don't think I own any CDs now.
Well, okay, now I know music exists like in the air around us, like magic.
Right.
We live in Harry Potter
snap
times.
Your fingers.
Right.
Music.
You just tell your phone, like, Siri,
play me some
find the
show
music.
tunes. See, that's another problem I face. I guess we face the same problem, except yours was you had an uncool binder. And mine is just
I have an uncool binder of music.
Mine is just I have an uncool phone where I only have show tunes and Jimmy Buffett. Which I guess, okay, we both had Jimmy Buffett on our phones.
There we go.
Sorry, you had it in your binders. But now all my friends have the trap music. Cool music.
What is trap music?
I honestly have no clue, but I have to act like I know. Because it's what all my friends like.
I mean, I understand what rap is. Rap's been around, sorry, Rileigh, that's not a new thing. Like, it's been around a while.
Okay.
So, like, I understand what that is, but what is trap music?
I honestly don't know.
Oh, gosh.
Like, it's what all the teens are listening to these days.
Oh, gosh. Well, we're going to have to look that up.
Because we're going to have to figure it out.
Offer expert opinion on that.
But instead of them giving me their binders, they give me their phones, and I take the aux cord, and I plug it into my speakers. And then we listen to their music from their phones through the aux cord. Because they'll just say, hey, hand over the aux cord, yo. Let's turn on some trap music.
Like a common expression?
Yeah. You got to hand over the aux cord.
Really?
I also don't know what aux stands for.
I actually do know that. AUX, it's auxiliary.
Oh.
So, yeah.
So now I can use that and say, I will hand you the auxiliary cord.
You know what? I don't know that expression will make you cooler. I wouldn't.
I'll have knowledge that they won't. They'll just say aux. I'm like, you know what that stands for? Auxiliary.
You know what? This is something I can definitely tell you 100% without a doubt from my own teenage experience. Knowing things that other teenagers don't know and then telling them doesn't necessarily help.
Maybe, okay, let's just back up. Pretend I don't know what aux stands for, and I'll just keep calling it aux to all my
just
all
call
my
it
cool
aux.
friends.
Yes, because, yeah, you don't win friends by telling them things that they don't know, which is a really bad, it's a bad sign for me because I do a whole podcast where I tell people things I don't think they know.
So maybe your whole audience is just people who hate you secretly. Like, oh wow, she knows what aux stands for. She knows what medical things are.
I bet she thinks she's so cool.
She thinks she's so cool. Let's just keep listening to it to spite her.
Now, Rileigh, one thing I will say, a common theme with all these different kind of like aspects of party. Now that we have broken parties down into it's like party components.
Right, party components. Okay.
Right, which is, it's, to thoroughly understand it, you want to research it, dissect it, take it apart. This is, I am certain, what everyone does before they attend
exactly
a soiree.
Soiree?
Yes.
A gathering.
A gathering. It sounds like in a lot of these cases, you're feeling pressure to do or act or dress or be a way that doesn't come naturally to you. Is that fair to say?
I would say so.
Why do you think you feel like you have to do that for a party?
I feel like nowadays it's all about, fitting in with all the coolios.
Mm-hmm.
The cool dudes.
Coolio was actually a musical artist that I listened to back in my day, but carry on.
Okay. As I was saying, now you just gotta fit in with all the cool dudes, and you gotta be one of them, or else you're not lit. You're not turnt.
So you're feeling the need to be like a different version of yourself then?
Yeah, you gotta, you go to the parties, you put on your party badge, your party hat, your party sash, if you will.
Now, are you using, is this like a euphemism? Like you're not actually physically wearing party hats and
No, I am.
Sashes?
Party sashes.
Because this could be part of the problem.
That's how you know you're the cool kid at the party. That's how you know that you're the host of the party, if you will.
Right, because you
host it and you wear your party hat or your party crown, I guess, if you want. But it'd have to be in the shape of a cone. And then you put on your party sash and your party badge that says, I'm the party owner, Rileigh, party girl. And then everyone establishes you as like the alpha partier.
And then they will follow your lead
as to
like party behavior.
Exactly.
So I'm going to assume you mean like a metaphorical sash and hat.
I guess if you want it to be metaphorical.
Okay. I think we've hit the crux of the problem that, and this was, that I will tell you as true for me back in my day as it is for you now, that when you are at a party or a setting with a lot of other people your age, and especially people that, and you've said this several times, that you perceive to be cool people. Yeah. Which, by the way, I think you're also making the assumption that you're not cool, which I would have a huge problem with because I think you're super cool. And I also think that it's all a matter of perspective anyway. Who's cool, who's not cool. Gosh, that's a whole other conversation. Yeah. But I think that what you're saying is that you feel the need to be like a party Rileigh, like a party version of yourself. Yeah. In order to fit in at the party. Mm-hmm. And I would say that as an adult now, going to parties now, although now I have a kid, so I don't go to a lot of parties.
I don't go to a lot of parties.
But when I do, or when we host a party, I'm just, me.
You're not party Sydney?
No.
You're Sydney.
I'm just Sydney. And I remember being party Sydney to try to fit in at parties when I was younger. And the thing is, everybody's trying to be their party self.
No one's just being like, Jill or Bob or Sue.
Or Skittles Joe.
Or Skittles Joe. Skittles Joe probably is just Skittles Joe on his own.
And that's the thing, is that everybody's trying to be this other version of themselves. And so everybody's uncomfortable. Everybody's nervous. Everybody feels awkward. Maybe there are people who like the sparkly clothes, but there are probably other people like you who are going, oh my gosh, could I just put some jeans on? Yeah. Nobody feels like they can just be in their own skin and it's okay. And I think as you get older, the faster you realize that just don't be party Rileigh, just be you, but be Rileigh at a party. And as people get older, you realize like those are the people you gravitate towards. Those are the cool people. Like if there is like a cool that we should all aspire to be, a coolness is an acceptance of like, this is who I am, that's who you are, and it's all fine. I think that's maybe what cool is.
That's what like your cool is. Like these are your cool people. Those are his cool people. These are my cool people.
And we're all fine with it.
Yeah.
And we don't feel the need to like aspire to a certain standard of coolness. And we're all just being who we are.
Yeah.
And the sooner you can like embrace that, I think the more fun you start having at parties, the less stressed they are.
And the more Skittles you have.
And the more Skittles you have. Because, I mean, that would be important for me.
Right. And all your cool friends.
So, what have we learned today, Rileigh? That
Skittles are a party food and that all your cool friends had binders?
Okay. Well, yes, those are fair points. But I would say what we've learned today, our most important teen lesson, is that you being yourself, your own version like of Rileigh, and not party Rileigh or, you know, school dance Rileigh or
alpha party master Rileigh.
No, or cotillion Rileigh or whatever cool thing kids are into now. Just be Rileigh. And all your friends could just be your, you know, Skittles Joe, and everybody can just be themselves, and you're going to have a lot more fun.
Well, that sounds like a pretty good deal. You get your Skittles and your party friends, and there you go.
And then I am going to go figure out what trap is.
I'll help you because I don't know what it is either.
All right. Well, Rileigh, I think that'll do it for us this week. We've both learned some important lessons.
Yes.
I want to thank you guys for listening, for tuning in. We'll be bringing a brand new teen advice topic to you next week, hopefully with more things to learn for both of us. I want to thank the Novellas for our theme song,
Baby You Change Your Mind.
Super cool. And I think that'll do it for us.
This has been Still Buffering, a sister's guide to teens through the ages. I am Rileigh Smirl.
I'm Sydnee McElroy.
I am a teenager.
And I was too.
Hello, Internet. I'm Travis McElroy.
And I'm Teresa McElroy.
She is my wife.
And he's my husband.
And it is our pleasure to introduce to you a brand new podcast,
Schmanners. It's extraordinary etiquette
for ordinary occasions. Teresa, let me ask you this. Can you teach me how to write a thank you note?
Yes, I can.
How about tips to improve my table manners?
I'll do my best.
And will you finally explain to me the difference between casual and business casual and cocktail and formal and black tie and all that stuff?
If anybody can, I can.
But like, it's going to be funny, right?
Of course, I'm going to give historical origins and how those manners fit into our everyday lives. How could it not be funny?
But also sometimes we'll talk about like burps and farts, right?
Yeah, when not to.
But we'll still talk about it.
Yes.
Great. So come join us for our new hilarious show.
No RSVP required.
Coming to you soon every Friday on MaximumFun.org. It's Schmanners.
Manners. Get it?